Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Welcome to Funnel Building Friday with me, your host, David Lemero. Hope you're doing well today. I am currently wrapping up a specific funnel page for a client, and I wanted to go ahead and basically take out two birds with one stone, right? So I figured I would bring you with me to let you look over my shoulder and bring you behind the scenes to share with you some of the things that I'm personally looking for whenever it comes to finalizing a page to make it look good, to breathe some life into it, and to just make it feel like an overall well-rounded, good-looking page. All right, so let's dive in. Boom. Okay, so here is the page. This is a paid challenge, and I am basically done with it. Now let's go ahead and preview it. Basically done with it. Now, upon being basically done with it, you need to go over it and look at how it behaves and how it is expected, or you know, some ways that you can improve it, right? Pay no attention to this yellow bar up here. That's because the funnel isn't in test mode. It's actually going to start right there with this red bar up here at the top. One of the first things to double check is that your zoom is at 100%. Okay. If you can't, okay, you can't see that. Let me go ahead and change this, how I'm doing this real quick. Okay, there we go. So now, one of the ways to do this is go into the options of the browser and make sure that the zoom is right there at 100%. Okay, that way, because most people, you know, they don't have their zoom out or in. By default, it's almost always at 100%. Okay, you can also do this by holding control and pressing plus or minus on your keyboard. And let's say it's at like 125%. To go back to 100%, you just hold control and press 0. Okay, really easy, right? So that's one of the first things that throws some people off. It can be confusing, so just make sure your zoom is at 100%. Okay, all right, let's dive in a little bit more. So I'm going to refresh this page and see how some things react. I personally like to have some animations with my pages that helps the page feel like it's alive, right? Helps it to stand out and not just feel like a flat page. Okay, so this particular animation is called the float in. So here's how you do this. You click on the row, go to the animation advanced, and this is in the animation tab. By the way, this is with ClickFunnels 2.0, and this animation is called float in. Okay, this is a combination of like a slide in and a fade in. Okay, if you did just a fade in, it would just slowly fade in. If you did a glide in, then it would slide through, but it would be 100% opacity the whole time. Float in does a little bit of both. Boom. Cool, right? All right, another cool thing. Notice how the left and right columns, actually all of them, slide in left and right. From the left and the right, all at the same time. Now, to do this in a very fast way, you can actually animate the column itself. So just go to the column settings, advanced, and you can add the animation to the column itself, and that will apply to everything in that column. Super cool, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and scroll our way down just a little bit. There's those float animations right there, super cool. That whole thing right there, very nice. Okay, this one right here, I like to have a rocking animation to make one or two of the buttons really stand out and just kind of draw people's eye to it. So this particular animation is called the rocking animation. And here's the settings on that. It is 1200. It's just blasted as far to the right as we possibly can make it. And the delay is at 0. That way, whenever you loop it, there's no real delay in between. Actually, no, that's not true. That way, there's no delay before it gets started. Okay, so that's that. Now here is this. There is a super cool, fancy underline code snippet that you can get from me if you send me a private message. But I can show it to you just because it's super cool. You could also, if you're real good, you could go on one of my pages and grab this code by doing the inspect. But basically, it's saying that whichever class, whatever element that has this CSS ID selector name tag as fancy underline, apply this image and these style decorations. Okay, so this is actually just a simple underline, and what it did was it transformed that underline to be a cool underline. So watch what happens if I change the name of this element's ID tag. It kind of breaks it, okay, because it doesn't know where to apply. It doesn't know that it needs to apply that code to this underline because its name tag has been changed. So if we change that back, therefore it applies it. Cool, huh? All right. Again, if you want that, reach out to me in a private message. I can give that to you for a limited time only. I can't guarantee that forever. All right. Let's see. Okay, next, here's what I really wanted to show you in particular. As I was going through this page, I was looking at these the scheduled days, and I was like, man, I feel like we need a little bit more color in this area. Okay, and so I wanted to show you how I'm about to do that. Okay, I was thinking maybe I could apply a background to this column, but then I would have borders around this column, and I didn't want that. I kind of just wanted the background to be on the headline and maybe even include the divider line. Not sure yet. We'll figure that out whenever we get to it. Now, we could do this, and I'll show you why this is probably not a good idea. You add a background to the headline element itself. And change the color of the text. Now, why this is probably not a good idea is because, for one thing, I would love it if I could have corners on that background, but you can't do it this way. Okay, and it's too close to the edge. The text is getting too close to the edge of that border. Sorry, the edge of that background, right? Now, you could go in here and do this. Okay, we would change the size of it also. But if we come here to mobile, it can start to get things a little tricky if you add too much left and right padding on the text elements themselves. Okay, that's not bad actually. Love it if we applied a color to the days. Not the whole thing. Did that because it's up here classified as extra bold. Now we put it to regular. Bold can stay that, but the regular can go to this. Cool. Okay, so that day one red is not popping through as much as I would like it to be because it's dark. We'll do that. There we go. Nice. That's not bad. Okay, I think I'll just keep it like that actually, just to make it easy. But I'll show you also another way to do this, that way you can give it corners. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's add some more padding. Okay. There we go. Okay, the other way to do this is to actually add a new section and column inside of this section and column. And now we have a new section, row, column, all that in there, and we just drag in the headline right there. We'll apply the background to the actual section. Okay, and we can start to remove the padding from the rows and the sections. Don't need the top margin or the padding in the text. Probably don't even need it here in the column or the row. We'll just leave it on this section. Okay, so let's do this way. You can get a little bit more granular and customizable with your background and your settings and your paddings and stuff like that. Okay. Regular and oops, oh, white and by the way, here's a cool trick. If you hold down the shift key and do your arrows left and right, you can highlight specific pieces of text with your keyboard. Now we can have the option to give a bold color to the bold. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, now if you wanted to add some other settings here, like let's say we wanted to add a corner to that border. Now we can do it here in the section, add a little corner right there. And with the ClickFunnels style guide, you can easily change the corners according to the style guide, and that will stay the same everywhere that you apply the style guide. Okay, now here is the other idea that I had that I may or may not go with. Still making my mind up. Dragging this divider line into that with that. There we go. Now we can kind of see a bit more that that is a green divider line. Do we want that or not? Drop it in the comments. Do you think it looks better with the divider line in the background or outside of the background? Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Cool, huh? All right, I will do. Okay. Oh yeah, the other part of this, another good reason why it's a good reason to do it this way with the section is because then you can clone that whole section and move it down to the next day and then just drag it in. Probably should just copy and paste this. Go. Okay. Now because that broke into 3 lines, I'm going to change the size of that. There we go. And delete the old one. I kind of like it inside, so I think I'll do that for the top one as well. By the way, if you are getting some value from this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider subscribing if you are not already and you would like to get more funnel building tips, which may help increase your conversions and your sales. And also, if you would like some help with this, feel free to reach out to me and we'll have book a free strategy call with me to have a conversation, and we'll see about getting you a free funnel, or I can do your funnel work for you. Put this one down, delete the old divider line. Boom. Copy that in there. I think I'll just save day 5 and day 6 for after I close the video. Let me share with you a bit more. I'll go further down and just see if I notice anything else that I would like to fix up. I think I want this last button here to rock also. So we're going to go advanced, boom, animation, turn that on, give that a rocking. Turn that off. Loop it. Play that. Very good. That's it. Well, that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, if you liked it, you got some value from it, be sure and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps get this video out according to the algorithms to more people, and I appreciate it. So also, if you would like that code, or if you would like me to work on your, if you would like to book a free strategy call with me to talk about your funnels, your sales, your marketing strategy, go to davidjmiller.com and scroll down. You can click this easy, convenient button up here at the top, and you can book a strategy call with me here. Okay, so hope that is helpful to you. Hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Take care. Bye for now.